So hey guys, it's New Comic Book Wednesday again, and of course we are going to start our review of Justice League number 3. Now before I get into the review of Justice League number 3, like always, going to show you what I got and picked up. Of course you already know I got Justice League number 3. We have Blue Beetle, which will be next. Next up, of course, Nightwing, right here. That would be my third review. Batman, which I am really excited for. Wonder Woman, number 3, for my girlfriend. Of course, I'm not going to do a review of this for you guys because I didn't review number 1 or number 2 yet. Next up, DC Universe Online Legends. You already know the reason why I'm not going to review this. Issue number 17. Next up is Young Justice number 10. Now, it's interesting that I did not do a review of Young Justice number 9 last week. The reason for that is because I just found that I couldn't really talk about that issue much. Like, I couldn't explain much. It was more of a mystery. Like, the whole entire story was a mystery. And the only exciting thing was that Superboy actually gets cut by a sword and basically is injured by it. Of course, nothing can ever hurt Superboy because he's like the Man of Steel, like Superman. But that's the only interesting thing about issue number 9. But yeah, I probably won't do a review of number 10 though. Next up, we got back order issue of the Young Justice number 8 for my girlfriend because I didn't get one for her last time, so I finally got her an issue. And of course, I got another issue of number 10 for my girlfriend, and that's why I picked up today for New Comic Book Wednesday. And now we've all been waiting for a review of Justice League number 3. Now, in the last issue, we left off, saying that Diana or Wonder Woman would be introduced into the Justice League, or into the story, basically. And actually, that does happen. We open up with, I think, the federal government, or I think a bunch of army dudes, and, they're talking about Diana, and they're watching the news, and a lot of people are saying, like, they don't like Diana, they don't like Wonder Woman, they're saying that she's like, all these superhumans or superheroes are a threat to humans, all they do is just cause trouble, break things and, like, hurt people by accident, and it's just, like, they're saying that superhumans shouldn't be alive, and they all hate them, and most of all, they hate Wonder Woman for some reason, and we get, like, some, like, not backstory, but we find out about something that, Wonder Woman was actually with them, and they were flipping through the channels. She was, and she was arguing with the TV because she thought that they were talking to her through the TV, but, then she found out that there was this winged creature that was attacking people, and she left, and that's basically it. She goes and tries to find this winged creature out on the streets, and basically everybody on the streets that are walking around, she's asking, like, oh, have you guys seen this harpy? Or, like, if you guys know where this harpy is, please tell me, because, they're not much of a threat unless I, sever its head. And that's what she basically just asking where the harpy is. And everybody's just scared of her, just, like, cowering away. But this little girl eating a little ice cream cone walks up to her and thinks Wonder Woman's cool. And, she has a little conversation with her, and, basically, which is funny, is that she actually drops her ice cream and she wants another one. So what Wonder Woman does is she takes her sword and she puts it at the ice cream man, and then she's like, let's I want to try this ice cream and get another one for my little friend over here. And, like, he's got he's like, she's demanding for an ice cream. I don't think that's her intention, but that was a funny little snippet over there. And after that, we open back up with later on we see a bunch of those alien creatures again coming out and attacking everybody and taking humans away and stuff like that. And Wonder Woman has to fight them off, but then we cut back to Victor Stone and, what Superman and Batman are doing. They're still fighting over the creatures, and we find out that, Victor Stone, or soon-to-be Cyborg, is still alive, and he needs to, finally have his metal or robotic attachments, attached onto his body now. And his father and an intern and another doctor is actually going to, start inserting the nanites into his bloodstream, into his system, and putting on the robotic armor for him. Now, in that moment, like I said, Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, and Flash are still fighting off the creatures. But the thing is, we actually find out who's all behind this, this whole alien attack. One of the creatures says, "For Darkseid." So we find out that Darkseid is the one amongst, who's causing this whole creature, invasion or whatnot. And, that's the only thing that happens. You find out Darkseid's behind this, and, Superman and the other heroes are still fighting off the creatures. And we see Cyborg finally we get to see him in his armor, and he actually gets a vision and see what's going on. What happened from the blast gave him a vision of Darkseid. So we actually get to see the back of Darkseid in this large tower that's coming up. And basically we get to see more interactions with the superheroes, more of Green Lantern making his wise crack, like comedic kind of jokes. Like, I forgot who said it, I think Flash said, like Superman took that truck and used it like a baseball bat, and then how Jordan's like, I can do that too, and he actually sends out a truck and he smacks it against one of those alien creatures, and is like pretending like he's like Superman or like he's better than him. And when Wonder Woman appears to help out the superheroes, Green Lantern says dibs. It's kind of funny. But yeah, that's all in all, that's what happens. And in the end, we see this large tower coming up, and we see a bunch of, all these humans get taken away by the creatures. They aren't hurting them, but they're taking them away to somewhere, which we don't know what's going on right now. But we all know that the creatures are taking them to this tower and something like that. And we ended off with Aquaman, who is going to be in the next issue. And he makes a little funny joke too. He was like, what is this? I deserve an explanation. What is all this? And, we need a leader. And, I vote me. Which is kind of funny. His design, I didn't like the jewels around his neck. I liked the beard, and I liked his design, but the jewels around his neck I didn't feel it. But all in all, Justice League is doing great. I love this issue. It was just fantastic. Seeing Wonder Woman get introduced into this was great. It's still funny. I don't know. It's just really funny seeing how Jordan make jokes, Aquaman make jokes, Wonder Woman, just her interaction with everybody seems kind of funny, knowing these superheroes, they're getting introduced into the series. I highly recommend you guys still pick up Justice League, which is really, really fantastic right now. I love it. So yeah, that's all I'll have to say. It's great. It's funny. Story's going good. And basically it. Here we go. And I'll talk to you guys later.